the Ozark trail back there, ready to go. We're gonna go hit some trails. It's gonna be a little different than what I'm normally used to. Just figured people have been asking about the Ozark. You know, when am I gonna do another video on it? It has been a while. I recognize that. I basically haven't really rode it all summer just because it's been so hot. I haven't been riding as much as I would like to. Just the weather hasn't been cooperating. It's been too hot. I'm definitely feeling the lack of riding within like my health. So I've noticed that, you know, getting a little chunky. And I rode last weekend and I felt pretty winded as I was riding. So it's time to get back into it, get back into a routine, make the time to get out and ride. For me, it's basically the glue that's holding my life together. So if I stop riding, I'm pretty sure I'm just going to explode and become fat, out of shape, and my quality of life will go down significantly. So I got to make it a point to get out there and ride. You know, just do it. All right, guys, I made it to the trails. A little nervous. I feel like I'm gonna pee my pants. I'm gonna use the bathroom before we get started, but not a whole lot of traffic here this morning. It's only about 9 o'clock. So last week I came and there was tons of cars on the lot. So I don't know, maybe I guess Saturdays are better than Sundays as far as light traffic. I was a little bit later last week too. I think I was over here about 11 o'clock, or I got over here about 11. So, you know, we'll go check it out. People will probably look at me like I'm an idiot taking a drop bar bike on these trails. I have seen other people take drop bar bikes out here, but I never see them riding. I always see them walking their bikes. That's gonna be it for now. I'm gonna get out here and see what we can get into, and hopefully we don't crash and die. So again, thanks for watching. We'll see you out there. You know, one thing I forgot to do, I forgot to put the little wind muff on the camera, because I don't use it when I'm using the mountain bike, because there's not a lot of wind because I'm not going very fast. So with that, I'm just going to do a quick warm-up, make sure everything's functioning as intended. I do know that, ooh, this new pavement is so nice. Nothing like new pavement. I do know that, what am I trying to say? Or what was I trying to say? I'm going to have to put this up a little, I think. Oh, yeah, so there might be a little bit of wind noise. I apologize for that. Let's feel out some of this new pavement before we get into anything serious here. And it's not going to be too serious anyway. We'll do a little test over here. We'll cut through the dirt and see what we can kind of expect. We're going to be probably staying in a small ring up front, just because you know, I'm not looking to get a bunch of speed today. I just kind of want to feel this out and see how it goes. Yeah. Nobody over here that I can see. Ooh, hitting my toes on the tires. So obviously this bike is not for this, but just for fun, you can do it. Looks like they really take care of the that RC track. Nobody's using it right now. Anyway, let's see what we can get here. Just taking it easy. Obviously, this is not ideal because it's so rigid. But, like I said, if you're willing, you could probably do it. And actually, it's not too terrible. Whew. Just a little bumpy. That was not bad, you know. Just farting around there. Totally, you know, you're not going to be getting big air or anything like that. But it handled that test. The pump track, obviously, got a feel for it. The bike feels like super nimble though, like lightweight, easy to kind of throw around a little bit if you wanted to, if you had more confidence. Like I don't. But you could. No doubt about it. I'm keeping my speed pretty much throughout here. Ooh. The one thing that I have to watch out for is I'm constantly hitting my toes on the tire whenever I turn. And it's usually just the right foot. I think I put my right foot a little bit more forward on the pedal than the left. And that's just out of habit. It's just always been like that. And it's never an issue with with the trail bike. I have plenty of toe clearance, but on this one, that tire just comes, I don't know if you can see it, but it's like right there. And I'm exaggerating my foot placement a little bit here, usually about right here. So like sometimes wherever I'm at in the stroke, depends, I can grab it a little bit and I can feel it. So I just keep on going here. I'm gonna do this one more time because it's actually quite a bit of fun on here. I'm gonna try no brakes this time. Just kind of go with whatever happens. Try to pump it, keep my speed up. Didn't hit my toe that time. I'm on my Vans today, and these grip so much better. I was riding with my Brooks for a while, and man, the difference is like night and day. I was constantly getting bounced around, and now I'm just like glued to the pedals. I have a hard time even adjusting my feet. So I've gone through kind of maintaining my speed. I'm slowing down a bit, probably need a pedal there. But yeah, this is all right. This part's a little sketch. I'm a little worried about that loose dirt and then my not super aggressive tires. And this is actually less of a workout than it is when I'm riding the trail bike, just because I think that bike's significantly heavier, less efficient, more clunky. So I can kind of get through this a little bit better without feeling super bogged down. Part of my confidence lacking is the sun. I can't see. This is so smooth. Like this bike is just so nimble. Obviously, you don't want to be sending it super hard. You're not going to be doing any drops on this, but it handled that. But you also got to keep in mind, it's so dusty. I'm not much of a jump guy. Let's go see what we can do on the trail. So here's the opening of it. The brakes feel good. No squeaking, no nothing. They actually feel like they're biting a little bit better. Might be a little sketchy because of the leaves. We've gotten quite a bit of leaves dropped in the last few weeks. although it doesn't feel like fall since it's been so hot. We did have a couple days of fall preview last week, maybe a couple weeks ago, where it got pretty chilly. I think last Sunday when I was riding out here, it was pretty cold enough to where my ears started hurting. But oh, one thing I was gonna mention, the bottom bracket height on this bike, it's super low, and just riding on like flat sidewalks, if you're not careful with your pedal strokes and your turn and your lean, you will scrape and pedal strike. So if you're out here where there's rocks and roots, you got to be extra mindful because of that low bottom bracket. Your pedal strikes are going to be pretty frequent out here if you're constantly cranking and not paying attention to your stroke. But so far, it's not bad. It's just a little rough. Brakes are doing all right. Obviously, I'm mostly doing some downhill here. Not a lot of climbing yet. But if I maintain my speed throughout the descents, I feel like it should be good as far as not having to stop on any of the punchy stuff. Ooh, dragging that toe again on the front wheel. Ooh. So clearly it gets a little bumpy. You hear that chain flap quite a bit. And you might want to have a little more grip on the bars than you normally would. So this is usually a pretty challenging area to climb if you're feeling a little gassed. It usually feels really slow and sluggish, but I feel like I'm making it pretty decently with minimal effort. So that wasn't terrible. And what the drops feel like. Might be a little more comfortable. I feel like my hands are getting a little cramped. Got a little bit of a climb here. This is also another slow spot, challenging sometimes on the trail bikes, just because your tires, the weight of the bike, all that stuff. So far, I haven't really met anything that I can't conquer. Now, your trails may vary from like a difficulty standpoint or a technical standpoint. So this trail, in my opinion, is pretty beginner friendly. Not too technical. Here's kind of the fun part. So, you know, just take it nice and easy. Lean back a little, don't flip. Just like that. You're in. Ooh, a little slidey on those roots. Oh, what happened here? Tree down. Yikes. Wish my sensors were working. That way I could see real-time speed all that stuff. So I'm thinking in the bike stock gearing, this would be no problem. Well, maybe not, I don't know. Stock gearing to me was also a little bit challenging. So I don't really know. We do have a quick punchy climb coming up here. I have no gear left, so let's see if I can make it. Probably won't, but maybe. And we did. I underestimate myself. You know, I have no confidence in myself, and then obviously, looking back at earlier, I had no confidence in the bike. Not necessarily the bike in general, just my specific build of it, being that it's more road oriented with the gearing and the drivetrain selection, but it's handling everything so far. I made it up, I've gone down, I haven't fell. We did the pump track. Now we'll do the creek crossing and see how that goes. Always be mindful of your balance. Leaning back on the descents is really going to help with that. I made it through there perfectly fine. The one challenge coming up will be the little step up climb part where it used to have like a little bit of a ramp up, because there's a couple of slab rocks. You go up, you're going on one, and then there's another one like 3 to 5 inches taller, and it used to be kind of like a wedge, a rock that was wedged up, and you can kind of just roll up it like a ramp. But now it's just a flat actual like step. It's right here, so got that, no biggie. One thing, my left foot is kind of hurting a little bit. I don't know if it's the shoes or the pedals or just old age, but my left foot is hurting, so make a note. So we made it pretty much through my normal routine. Got a little bit left, and so far so good. And I haven't felt like there's any portion that I haven't been able to do. It's been all good. So we'll just keep on going. We've done about almost 3 miles, 2.8. And it's nice because I don't feel like I have to be out here shredding. I'm just casually out here, moving my body, getting a little bit of fresh air, getting the heart rate up a little bit, and it's not super exhausting. Also, the bike feels amazing. It's quiet for the most part, minus the hub, right? I think we all know how I feel about these noisy hubs. I like them when other people have them, but on my bikes they're annoying as shit. Probably just because of the amount of time I spend coasting. But getting up this has been a breeze. Usually that's a little bit of a slog too. This one coming up is a bit more intense from a degree perspective and also length. So I think as long as you're picking your lines wisely in its stock form or even modified form like I have here, you should have no trouble. On your local blues and greens, definitely nothing to like saturate anything. Everything's still moon dust out here. coming up a bit of a rough patch. I'm going to take the smoother lines today. I'm not on the trail bike. Make sure nobody's coming. I haven't seen anybody on a bike yet, which I think is a little weird considering I saw multiple bike rides through a lot. I saw 2 guys coming in when I was coming in. So I know they're out here. I just don't know where they are. They'll probably come in the opposite way and I'll run into them when I least expect it. And my left foot is kind of hurting in the arch area. Kind of feels almost like that pre-feeling before you get a cramp, that tightness. Kind of feels like that. Yeah, but this has been a real treat coming out here. Kind of gets a new perspective on the trails that you get so used to on the trail bikes and maybe become numb to, as far as like, oh, it's so easy. You know the trails like the back of my hand, and it's not challenging anymore. Get yourself one of these and come out here to your familiar trails, and it's like a whole new experience again. Kind of fun. Maybe not as quick, but you're still getting out here. You're still doing stuff. But this has definitely so far been the funnest ride in a while. Or I shouldn't say maybe not the funnest, but the most enjoyable, right? I'm not huffing and puffing. I'm not feeling like my chest is about to fly out, or my heart's about to fly out of my chest. Just casually cruising along, minding my own business, getting some peace and quiet besides me talking. It's just been kind of a nice ride. And I've been staying in gears 1 and 2. I'm so dusty. It's been mostly in first gear. Just because I'm not trying to go super fast and I don't want to be caught off guard in the wrong gear. The whole goal is to be able to get through the whole ride without a stop due to unable to make it. Right? So, you know, right now, it's mission accomplished so far. And I think that we've gone through a little bit of everything as far as what might possibly mess us up. So far, we've gone through everything. I know that later today, my wrists and my hands are going to hurt just because not used to this riding position. It's something you kind of have to acclimate to. And, I dragged my heel on that. When you first get this bike, if it's your first experience with drop bars, yeah, there's going to be some comfort issues. It's not going to be something that you particularly enjoy from the get-go. But trust me, it's just like the saddle thing. Eventually, you kind of you get used to it, and your body adapts. But I do know already, my forearms are like on fire just from holding the bars in this different position. I'm kind of white knuckling it a little bit just because I'm unsure of my confidence and my abilities. Whew. Like there's a little rough. But overall, and for the most part, it's all good. You almost don't even need to brake. It's just one of those security blanket things that you kind of get used to because I'm not going that fast. I'm probably going about 8. So when I watch this, I get a good spot to bring my hand up. I'm going about 8, yeah, 8.5. So, you know, in theory, you don't really need brakes if you're going this fast, unless you're about to like fly off the edge. And
then at that point the brakes might not even stop you. So I can't run anymore. Yeah, we're gonna have a weird fall this year. It's gonna be hot, not a lot of color with foliage, whatever you call it, forage. The leaves aren't gonna be very green, red, and could be gonna be real brown and dead. So I've pretty much thrown everything I can at this bike. Again, your results may vary. It's going to depend on your riding ability, whether, ooh, pedal strike again, damn it. One of these days I'm going to break my toe on a pedal strike. It's going to depend on your trails, your ability, confidence. You know, if you're just beginning, you're just getting out there on bikes, this will probably be a bit more of a challenge for you because it's a little bit harder. It's harder on the body, more bone shaky than on a suspension bike. Both just regular front suspension and a full suspension bike is going to smooth out a lot of this. Whereas on this bike, you're feeling everything. Especially with my current tire pressure, I'm pretty much, I think I'm running about 40 front and rear, but like I said earlier, it's because I'm mostly riding this on the road. It's a very rare thing for me to be out here on the trails on this kind of bike. Now, that's because I wasn't sure of its ability to be able to come out here and do a good job. And I think after doing it now for about a half hour, this is totally doable. I could come out here every day and ride this just to get out and ride. And it's a little bit more fun and adventurous than, you know, riding on the road. I think that it might be a good move to let some air out, so I might do that and just see kind of how it compares as far as like the comfort of the ride. So like I said, these are pretty hard at about 40. I probably maybe lost a little bit here and there. But if we let a bit out, soften it up a little bit, it'll help the bike roll and be a little more forgiving on the rough stuff. So I don't know what that would be. That's probably maybe about 30, 25 to 30 by feel. A little squishy. Definitely already feels a bit softer, but definitely slower, like right off the bat. So I gotta be careful on big rocks. Oh yeah, this feels good. It actually kind of feels a little too soft. Okay. Yep. Everybody that I've come across is going the wrong way. Now, there's not a right and a wrong, but they're going the non-fun way. Yeah, my tires definitely feel different. Whew. A lot more squishy. Maybe a little too squishy. Might have to cut it. Ooh, yeah, I hit the rim there on that root. And it wasn't even that fast. I might need to add a little bit of air for that reason. So we'll go up. I'll add a little bit. See if that pump actually works up here. Yeah, I need more air than what I have. If I'm gonna just leave anyway, I might as well try to get some more air into the tire. Let's just let the air out. Nope, it's not gonna work. Well, ride's over. Damn, we're too flat now. All right. Oh well. I'm gonna have to walk it, because it's definitely too flat to ride now. That was dumb. I should have known better. A public pump, yeah, that probably never worked. Maybe once. First guy who used it, it probably worked just fine.